How's it going, folks? Today we're going to discuss a topic very dear to my heart, conlangs, specifically Esperanto. However, in order to understand the strange and quirky world that is Esperanto, we must know what exactly a conlang is. Conlang, which is short for constructed language, is a type of language artificially created by a person or a group. Some popular and well-known conlangs include Klingon, Dothraki, Na'vi, and Esperanto. On December 15, 1859, Ludwig Lazar Zamenhof was born in Białystok, Poland. As a boy, Zamenhof grew up speaking Russian, Yiddish, and Polish in the home. His father worked as a professor of languages, and because of this, Zamenhof learned Latin, Greek, German, French, English, and Hebrew while studying in school. Białystok was a divided city. Many people groups lived in the city, which caused tension due to language barriers. Zamenhof was determined to solve this issue throughout his early youth. Inspired by the simplicity of the English grammar and identifier suffixes used in Russian, Zamenhof set out to create an interlanguage. When Zamenhof reached 19 years of age, he had decided that his constructed language was ready to meet the world. He told his friends of his international language, and celebrated the introduction with a banquet. However, Zamenhof soon realized that the newly crafted tongue was not quite ready to serve as the international language he had hoped for. It took Zamenhof 9 more years to consider his language to be ready. On August 3rd of 1887, after finishing his studies in optometry, Zamenhof published his first book, Lingvo Internacia, under a pen name, Doktoro Esperanto, meaning Dr. Hopeful. Zamenhof's followers quickly took up his pen name as a name for the language. In 1889, the World Language Club of Nuremberg, Germany abandoned Volapük, a failed attempt at an international auxiliary language, and adopted Esperanto. According to various sources on the internet, it is estimated that nearly 2 million people speak Esperanto to some degree. Around 10 million people are estimated to have studied it at some point in time. Interestingly, about 1,000 people have attested to learning Esperanto as a native language. Many Esperantists argue that Esperanto is the simplest and easiest language to learn. But what exactly makes Esperanto so easy and simple to learn? Esperanto's lexicon was purposely designed to be limited in size but expansive in function. Zamenhof used the principles of affixes to elaborate the word from its standard form. An example would be the English suffix s, denoting femininity. An actor is a male, but an actress is a female. Esperanto has a regularized system of affixes. This means that in Esperanto there are no limitations or exceptions to the application of an affix. In English, we're limited to what words we can add the English suffix s to. We can say lioness, but we cannot say birdess. It just doesn't work. In Esperanto, it does work. Birdo is male, but birdino is female. The in affix works perfectly on all words due to Esperanto's clever regularity. This means it is easy for a learner because there are no exceptions to these rules. Adding the affix in is always going to make that word express femininity. Another feature adding to the simplicity of Esperanto is its grammar. Esperanto's grammar has been so simplified that it can be written out in 16 short rules. The grammar is designed to be regular and quickly memorized. With simple grammar and global sourcing for vocabulary, Esperanto achieves even more with its sound system. Most natural languages can have 20 or more vowel sounds. Esperanto has 5. Esperanto is completely phonetic. So once the sound each letter makes is understood, any passage can be read aloud phonetically so all speakers can understand. Esperanto also tries to shy away from using consonant clusters in order to make sure that each letter plays its own part. For this reason, Esperanto utilizes the circumflex to indicate a different sound for a consonant. A good example of this is the letter S with a circumflex. This letter indicates the voiceless palate alveolar fricative, or the sh noise made by the sh in English. So how long does it take for someone to learn Esperanto? It's difficult to say. Books published on Esperanto claim that a basic command of the language can be achieved in as little as a week of studying. But according to some Reddit posts and other Esperanto blogs and forums, getting a reasonable grasp of the language can be achieved within a month. However, to achieve results like this, it's recommended to engage in intensive studying and interaction with native speakers. A more accurate assessment for self-learning Esperanto to the point of conversational speech would be 6 months to a year. Esperanto was intended to be an easy and simple to learn international auxiliary language. Esperanto is not currently recognized by any sovereign power as an official language. Less than 1% of the Earth's population speaks Esperanto. There aren't very many businesses offering jobs with Esperanto requirements. However, many free tools have been made to learn Esperanto. Lernu.net is a perfect example of a free educational platform to learn from. Esperanto has also been featured as a language option in the popular and free-to-use language education app, Duolingo. So, is Esperanto a good language to learn? If Esperanto is intriguing or interesting, then it's definitely something to be learned. Though it may be extremely unlikely to use Esperanto to order a meal or negotiate trade agreements with, Esperanto is an extremely simple and easy-to-learn language. Esperanto has a very lively community of Esperantists regularly attending meetings, publishing over 20,000 novels, creating music, and creating long-lasting friendships from around the world, with language being the only thing in common. Esperantists are a community of open arms. If you're looking to learn a language to expand your worldview and make friends, Esperanto is definitely for you. After all, is there anything more beautiful than people bonding over language? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing for more content. The information used to produce this video came from 2 books. Teach Yourself Esperanto, written by John Kresnell and John Hartley, published in 1964. Esperanto, the World Interlanguage, created by George Connor, Doris Connor, William Sulzbacher, and Dr. Se-Tsien Kao, published in 1959.